Good morning, welcome to Satsang. What happened? Disconnection? Ah. Disconnection. That's what we do when we are a seeker, you see. We believe we are disconnected, and then we have to work to connect it again. Why? Because we have an idea how it has to be. Anyway, I wanted to say something else. Something absolutely new. What is what you are. The essence of all what we see, all what appears, all our studies, discovering, revelations, they are always only captured aspects of it. We only describe effects of it, which goes on changing according to the superficiality or the depth of our mind. So, what is surrender, after all? Which is exactly the same as realization of what is. It is not a surrender to a truth discovered. It is just that after so many attempts of the mind, suddenly he gives up, knowing that it is not his affair. And so, keeping quiet, not catching the mind to know the essence, what you really are, that is surrender, is the same as realization of the self. Everything else are attempts, and they will remain attempts. They will never bring the real thing. And what you are is here. I mean, just here, just now. But we are so used to play with the time and space, which is movements, which is starts, attainments or failure and all that. That in the end we confuse ourselves with those movements. So if you don't get attached to one aspect, and don't get attached to one aspect, because you will suffer. You will try to maintain it or attain it again, and it will never happen. Because it's in time, it has to fade away. So just be as you already are. You have not to do anything for that. It's the mind which troubles. But if you are suddenly very clear, it's only the mind which troubles. Then you drop the search. once you you realize that, if the body didn't fall off, it can happen, but it's a rare case. You have not to question how to live or about the life. Anyway, the life takes over on you, and it's the life you have to live. If there is any question which looks important, even if you know it's mind and so on, you just ask. Because you see, when it looks important, or if it is still recurrently there, it looks like it has a real seed. So you are not freed from its impact. So even just throwing it out may be enough. Everybody, every being, everything is that. Now, it looks like, at least it's the only language we can understand, the human, they can search, is there a meaning in this life? Is there something else, and so on? I really forgot. Gone.
Good morning, Ganga.
Good morning.
I've always heard you say, and everybody who is the wise ones, that everything is that, everything is it. Now, why are we making then Arunachala or Kailash so more it, and then we all go there, and it becomes more it, and we think it's more it?
You think it's more it, yeah?
We think it's more
This
it.
is the
So it's just an absolute projection.
You know, it's a bit a romantic way to say, but I would say what is so compassionate that he wants to help the mind of the mind of the seeker or not, the mind of the faithful ones. So he will present symbols. And all the pilgrimage places, of course, are symbolical because there was a saint living there and so on. Arunachala is the shapeless, formless master. Still, you can see the form. It's like the Shivalingam. It's a form showing there is formlessness. They are just reminders. And it helps a lot while searching, because the mind otherwise is so busy with so many other forms. So at least at times he has like a kind of refreshing, a kind of, he feels at peace where he can rest also in this world somewhere at the feet of Arunachala, doing pradakshina, at so many, all the pilgrimage places have this function. To be a bit at rest, to be in the arm of the divine that looks unknown, even though one believes one day will know it. Now, and I am absolutely not irrespectful, but we have to see at some point that it's a mountain, or that it's in you, or it meant I am it, you know. And then, of course, in the life you may still like, I still like to go to the Ganga or to Arunachala, but I know very well that it is a way of life. It's my liking, among my likings. I will not be fooled anymore by anything presented by this world. Yeah. Myself, my garden is full of gods and all that. It's crazy, but you know, I like my life like this, knowing very well if there is nothing, is also the same, you know. But you see, to hear this, it was maybe very good to have an extreme devotion and a support in the mind, a sacred support in the mind. Otherwise, the world is too materialistic if he renounces to this aspect of the world also. And then we know what it means. So we can respect sacred places, sacred people, just if when the moment is there to see, oh, they are myself, or I am it too, why shall I make a difference? When it comes, and you can still keep your respect. Because it has its role. It has its role. Because you see, the mind, if you still work or are hypnotized by the mind, it will always present something more very important. And if it is only materialistic, there is a big pain there. So maybe some balance is offered. No, but it exists, you know, in the duality. There are materialistic and there are sacred aspects also. So it's nothing wrong, it's just in duality. Anyway, that presents itself like that.
Because it always looks like the let's say the wise ones are drawn, like Ramana to Arunachala, Buddha to the tree, the Himalayas.
Because we only look the appearance, but what they say.
I don't know. That's I was wondering.
They
what
say,
they
be
say.
as you are. That was the message. We always need models, you see, so they become unattainable. I will never be able to be like Ramana, so I am not yet there, I'm not myself, it's a new religion then, again. I'm guilty, I'm ashamed of myself. It happens, but you have to wake up. Wake up. And that's done like this. Just wake up. And it doesn't mean you will still may like to go there and etc. No problem about that. Who has not been helped by some symbols before hearing, maybe, to wake up? Even the gurus, you see, they are the symbols of what you search. You think there's a better embodiment of that than me, till you will not follow that thought. Just, you see, but I am it as much. Symbols. And I think even if you are no more fooled by it, you should maintain them in the sense of there's no need of spitting or being cynical with all that, because then it's another move of the mind that you follow. So things are perfect as they show up. They may lose the function they had for a long time, but they are still there.
Thank you.
Morning, Ganga.
Good morning.
I see about you say about the concepts that you not to have a concept, but I see something shows up in a moment, and I cannot place it really totally, but it is so sad that is so I cannot.
You speak of a thought.
Yeah, but that's overwhelming. That it
but
is.
you see it. You
Yeah.
see it's a thought.
Yeah.
So from where you see, are you troubled?
I see it from
From
my mind.
where you see, are you troubled?
I see it from how I experience from.
No, but I ask,
Yeah,
from
I know.
where? From where? You have not to go anywhere. From where is already here, that's why you can see.
Yeah, that's what
So
I do.
from where you see, what's here?
From nothing.
You are it.
From nothing.
Yeah.
It is there.
What is there?
That sadness and what comes up, and
That's what you see.
yeah, that's yeah.
I ask from where you see. Give a moment there, from where you see, not to be carried by the scene.
I forgot that.
Not now.
I do.
Not now.
With
Not
now.
now.
That was also in the question.
Why you go again there?
Yeah.
It's so important. It is a split second. Not now. The explanations, because of the explanations you ask the question, enough of explanations, who care what happened before? Now it's essential. Essential. That's why it is so much insisted about that split second, you see. That split second is more essential. It is the essence than all our blah blah of the mind, which was there before, which comes back. Again, we will go there. Again. Doesn't mean it will not make blah blah, but it will blah blah, that's sure. It's life. Life is the blah blah. But you don't need to be fooled by that.
I remember a verse from Shankar on what you were saying of the places. He says, Niradhara rupoham sarvadharahameva cha aptakama rupoham ahameva hamavyayah. Niradhara rupoham. I'm always without support, without a landing place. Sarvadhara ahameva cha. I am the support of everything. I am that substratum of everything. Aptakama rupoham. I am the one in whom all desire is fulfilled. Ahameva, aham, I am always myself. Avyayaha, without change.
Yeah, that's what the split second shows you. But one thing I find, because I opened yesterday also a sacred book that Simon gave me, I forgot the name, is that there is if it is not your experience and you hear this, and it's even written, it looks like someone will have all those qualities. It is expressed in such a way that really it can create a huge new concept. And here I'm really not agreeing. Not that it's not possible, because in this world any creation is possible. But it would not be a necessary consequence that someone becomes all those qualities.
That's why they say Shastra Jnanam api, even if you are a learned one and you can read the scriptures on your own, even if you can read them in Sanskrit, Swatantriena na kuryat. Never do it on your own. You have to have a master. Because you will need him to
because
break
you
that.
know, the mind makes conclusions. Yes. And I really read it even yesterday. And I found, but no, I closed the book.
It's once Swamiji said that even the scriptures, when they were describing the wise, you would say no one can describe the wise.
Ah, that's very wise.
Because any description is just about an appearance. So you would say it's just take some things that they might have done that might have helped them. Take it that way.
Because this appearance, how is it possible it appears? Because of it is dual, you see. So what? Duality means duality. It's like to this new age thing to make duality Advaitic is like such a romantic lie. No, I'm not romantic at all. Anyway, everybody can tell what he wants. But I even find it more amazing as it is, as it shows up.
Actually, that's how it starts. Om idagum sarvam yad bhutam yad chabhavyam, which means all that is here is that. The past was that, this is that, and whatever will be is that. Tatomasi. Like that.
Yeah. The mind may take time to take Tattvamasi, because in the end it cannot be taken by the mind. It has just to pounce on your heart so directly before the mind starts. That's the split second.
Can I say one? I'm talking too much.
No, yeah, you took some coffee today.
There's this in this Ramayana. Rama is there fighting with Ravana, who had kept Sita, and it's very meaningful because
I just want to say, oh, strange. He was not so detached that he did. Okay, tell.
It's very interesting because in India, before I don't want to talk about, but the old stories, all the wise had not such a good temper.
No, and not such an easy life.
And also, people mostly were afraid of them because they would curse them when they were
Such
upset.
a bad guys.
Only after this romantic thing of the tree and something fell down and enlightened came out.
Okay.
But so Rama
Yeah.
was there
Yeah.
fighting with Ravana, and every time he would cut one of his heads, another one would show. So it seems that dealing with that was
Nice.
was not working.
That's nice.
Then he himself on his own was not making it. Then someone had to tell him, use Brahma Astra,
Oh.
which is that Tattvamasi.
Ah.
Because on his own he was not remembering it. He had to hear it.
Rama, you go back to the monastery.
Then he used it.
Then it worked.
Then it worked.
Oh, nice. I didn't know. Oh, I love it. Good way to see. So again, it shows that even Rama, so I would say, you can stop me if I am in a total delirium, but it can be like the one who has seen today, let's say in words, the split second opened up or something like that. Okay. Then the life is there. So it means you can still be identified with the events of life. Yes. Yeah, but it is totally against what we hear generally in the teachings. And now, because you search and because you had an amazing master, you wake up by a sentence he told you, which is, I am that, or use that weapon rather, and then all is over. And at the same time, at that very moment where all is over, nothing happened. It was just in the dream, in the duality.
That's because this I will say it because nowadays everyone does it as an acquired state.
But that's what I say.
So
I am.
and what
If I
is free
have
is
to
not
say
the person.
something, it's that, and I am so.
That's why they say nitya mukta, nitya muktihi, the freedom that is there always, can never be acquired because it is there always. So whatever is acquired is already not it.
Yeah, of course. Even if you have the best quality acquired, it will fade away anyway at some point. It's not it. So.
There's this dialogue between another king, not Janaka, another king, and a disciple that comes to him as a master. He had learned for many years, and he goes and he tells him, I came here to teach you about Brahma.
To Janak?
No, to another king.
To another king.
What's his name?
Okay. It's okay.
No. Forgot his name.
Yeah.
And then he says, okay, he was not knowing that this king was himself a wise one. So he tells him. Then the king says, yes, that I already know, and I will also tell you something about it. then the Brahmana says something, because he was just speaking of the expressions of it. And every time he would say something, the Ajata Shatruhu, that's his name. Then every time he would say something, the king would tell him, that I already know, and I will also tell you something on that. Then at a certain moment, the disciple says, he gets quiet.
Yeah.
And the king asks him, is that all you know?
Yeah.
Through that, you won't know that. Through that you know, you won't know that. And the supposed master is humble and he says, what is there else? Then he's very short and he tells him, Atha Adeshaha. This is the teaching. Neti neti. Param nasti. There's nothing better than this.
Yes. Now, neti neti is when the mind is still working as real. This is the best weapon. But in fact, you still believe that your mind can do something. So at some point, because of that method probably, but it can happen also differently, rarely, you just see that and say, but I am it. What am I doing? Why should I do anything? But of course, it may take years. It may take years to see that. Amazing.
Good morning, Ganga. So, with everything that appears as that, and I am that,
In essence.
In essence, yeah. And then the aspect that it still argues with life, so doesn't see that whatever is appearing is that in essence, and is knowing that. So there's still that this shouldn't be happening, life shouldn't be this way, and that creates so much.
But it's a concept. It's a concept. It's a concept you made about enlightenment.
It's more.
Enlightenment is not to be only in the absolute. The enlightenment is exactly that. I am
Everything.
that. Everything is that. I am that. Everything is that. And when you say everything is that, for example, Buddha said to his disciple, oh, everything is that. And then a dog passed, and then the disciple says, oh, so the dog is even that? No, he said. No, of course, because the dog is limited form. A limited form is a limited form. Huh? If you speak of a limited form, it's a limited form. But in essence, everything is that. That's why one doesn't catch, probably. When I say everything is that, in the new age, you have this experience, oh, then I am one with the tree. Of course you can have this experience. Sure. But what do you mean? It's not with the tree. Everything is that. And I still can see a tree, okay. Because I am an individual, I see a tree. I don't know if I can convey, but surely there is a big confusion here. Okay, if we have a concept that is only, you see, the absolute is like there is the river. Why there is a river? Because there is a bed of a river. Otherwise, if there is no bed, there is no river. The river is the happenings and all that, the forms, the names. The bed is the absolute. But still, they are together. It's the duality. Or it's that, but in two different aspects. So that you can never describe. And what is the split second is to finally to see, oh, I am the essence. You see, I am the essence, but not excluding the appearance. Because if you exclude, then you make it a glimpse. And the glimpse doesn't last because it was an experience of the absolute aspect. I am that you cannot describe. It is everything or nothing. You cannot describe. But there is no more this question or this inquiry or what's what, or I should be more absolute than relative. All this falls away because it's a talk and imagination, a limited imagination of the mind. How can you understand? The mind comes after. How can you understand?
I think what I was looking at was not the glimpse, but more like the excluding from the expression of life. So
Yeah, but why you do that? Because you have the concept that it's not all right.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Why? Why do you keep that concept?
Yeah. Yeah.
In the world of duality, yeah, maybe it's unpleasant to argue and to this and that, but it's the way it appears. Huh?
Yeah.
Don't forget this story of Rama. I like it. That's not right. All right, Ravana raped my wife, and it's true. It's true. It's not all right in the world of disappearance. But then he wants to take revenge in a wrong way. He will never be at peace because it comes back in so many ways with so many heads there. So it's just give a moment of not looking at the mind. And the thing continue their way. What to say, what to do, what to say. You see this world of appearance with right and wrong and all these things, but if you add on top the suffering, oh, I should not feel that again or whatever, you amplify the suffering. Just keep quiet. It happens this way. What to do? It happens this way.
is like the deepest
challenge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the deepest challenge.
Mhm.
Like I think
Sure.
if I can get that, there would be a wisdom there.
Yeah, but then you acquire wisdom, and you will fail.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that is the deepest challenge. Yeah. Okay.
So who are you? Because there you describe someone.
Yeah,
Mm?
yeah.
Even you see, it's so interesting this Ramayana, because we spoke of Rama, but in the very beginning, why this story started, it's because Sita, we suppose to be his wife, means she's as enlightened as that as him, and she realized it. But for some reason, in the life, in the huts, in the jungle, she has a desire. Oh, a golden deer passed by. Oh, I love this golden deer. She has a desire. Oh, an enlightened one has a desire? And because of the desire, she has a big trouble, because the golden deer was the transformation of Ravana, knowing the weak point of the human Sita. Sita, oui. As a human. So. It's not good. It. Okay. Tell us something.
Yeah, just I wanted to say a couple of things about the Ramayana. So and I'm sure Miguel can verify this, but often in the texts, be it the Ramayana or the Bhagavatam, it's pointed out at certain intervals that Vishnu and Sita Lakshmi never leave their state of perfection. They simply appear as human characters, and thus the story happens. So they're simultaneously, you could say, both, as we all are. But it's pointed out in the text that in truth, Vishnu never leaves his abode when he takes incarnation as Rama.
Yes.
Just to say.
Yes.
So there is this apparent human drama, but in the text they point it out.
Sure. It's what we try to say.
And just to go back to the desire of Sita, because of that desire, then Ravana, of course, abducts her. But that was the mechanism by which Vishnu was incarnated as Rama in order to then, because of this abduction, kill Ravana and satisfy the desire of all the sages in the forest whose pujas were being interrupted by the demons.
So if we have a global vision, everything is all right. Everything is perfect. Thank you.
I just also was reminded of when Rama was a teenager. He was born prince, son of the king Dasarat, and but he became depressed with the worldly, material existence, like so many people in this room must have reached that point. And therefore he went on a spiritual journey, a quest, a seeking. He went to the Himalayas, he met saints and sages, but he was not fulfilled. It was only when he returned to the palace that the family guru Vaishist expounded non-duality, and that was...
When he came back, you mean, to the
That's right.
kingdom?
When he came back, the seeking did not fulfill in his apparent form as Rama.
And what happened then when he came back?
Then sage Vasishta expounded the Yoga Vashist.
Yeah. We live the same story, sure. You're a good storyteller.
Thanks. I love reading the Hindu scriptures, but I mean, it may be a bit, I don't know, esoteric for some. I mean, we don't have to just talk about things through the Hindu lens.
I remember I was walking at near Haridwar to Sapta Sarovar. At that time, it was only with very few traditional ashrams. Now it's a big market. And in one small temple, I could not believe it was painted inside Shiva temple. And there was Shiva flying in the universe with the body of Parvati, who was dead, and he was weeping. And I could not believe. I said, but Shiva, how come he can still weep and do that? You see. But at the same time, the message of that painting was, Shiva remains Shiva. Shiva remains Shiva. Even if in this world of appearance he may react this way or that way. This was so they try to show that, no? But one has to see by himself what it means. And there was another message, completely looking like opposite, in Sarnath. There is also paintings in the wall of the temple. And there is a saint meditating, and his legs are eaten away by a leopard, and he doesn't react. So you see, they try to teach. I think the moment you lose your mind, because it's amazing, it's unbelievable, this is the teaching of the... Ay, very
Hi, Ganga. What I see now is like whatever you're saying and said, what I see, it seems like the mind is just trying to find ways to take me out of suffering by landing somewhere. yeah. Because yeah, it's like this displayed, oh, they're suffering, and oh, this, or accept, or let go, or surrender. It's like it's a continuous. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Just seeing this, it's happening.
Yeah, this is the world of happenings. Yeah. So, from where do you see this? You have not to go anywhere. From where do you see this? I am that.
I guess from there, that never changed or changes. But maybe there's an idea that I should be that or become that.
It's an idea, yeah.
Yeah.
What does it mean to say I'm already that? It's not said you have to become that.
Yeah.
I'm already it as an essence. But you see, try to see. The search is not about objectifications or the world of objectifications. Essence means exactly self-knowledge. What's self-knowledge? It's a knowledge, but which is not objectified. So you cannot capture it, you cannot even describe it in. Still, you are it. So that self-knowledge is there. And all the rest appears, disappears. But that, you see, you never lost. If you think you lose it, it's because you confuse it with an event among events. The event of enlightenment, the event of the glimpse, the event of the absolute which has been captured. But then it's among events, and you can lose it, sure. But we speak about what is. What's here even before I try to mention it, and thank you very much.